we interrupting?
Nothing right now.
Hey, thought first of all, the All-America honor. I know you've talked a lot about not being that into individual awards, but being named All-America, I mean, the team can take pride in that. But do you take pride in that at all?
Yeah, it's a good accomplishment. I like it. I haven't really just thought about it too much though.
We were talking about the Heisman too after the game. I mean, did you grow up think about Heisman trophies and things like that, and then as you got into under Chip's umbrella or whatever, stop thinking about it as highly, or has it just never been something that was ever on your mind?
Never been something that was ever on my mind. I can honestly say that.
Yeah.
I just never think about it.
You ever watch the ceremony?
No.
So what sort of things did you dream about then when you were growing up? I mean, if other kids are dreaming about Heismans and things like that, what were the dreams you were chasing?
Win a national championship. That's the main goal. I always thought about that. I always wanted to be the guy holding the little ball up, giving the kids and all that good stuff.
So you remember watching national championship games then?
Oh yeah.
What's the first one you remember?
Ooh, I can't remember that. I don't want to sit here and tell you a lie. I mean, I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
I just can't recall.
You've seen somebody kiss the trophy?
Oh yeah, I think I saw the guy from Alabama kiss the trophy. That was the last guy I saw kissing.
Let me ask you this: if you were to win it, I know you're really not into it, don't care about it. What would you do with the trophy if you won it?
I would give it to my teammates.
Any particular?
Donation to the Casanova Center.
I think they get one anyway.
They'll have two.
Off the last game, we haven't been able to see you in practice and whatnot. First of all, how's the head doing? Any residual effects from that?
No, I'm cool. I was pretty cool in the game. My eye just hurt really bad, but you got to play through that type of stuff. If I didn't have a concussion, then I feel like I can play through anything.
Except the headaches or anything that came along with it?
No, I didn't have any headaches. I was really surprised. I kept trying to feel myself to see if I was alive, but I guess I was.
How is the body feeling now we're you're at the end point of the regular season?
It feels good. Anytime you can get a win, when you have one game left, you just gotta fight through it. I can rest next week. I have a few more games left the next week, so I'll be fine.
Compared to last season, are you as tired, more tired, less tired at this point, or for the Civil War?
I have no idea. I can't even remember last year at this time.
Guys talk about particularly like offensive linemen like getting out of bed on Sunday and feeling like an 80-year-old man or something. Do you feel like that ever, or are you usually pretty nimble day after a game?
Day after a game, yeah. That's surprising. That surprises me too. I'm really never really just too sore. I'm kind of sore, but not too bad.
How about the arm too? Lastly, I know you lost feeling it for about 20 minutes. Any residual effects from that?
No. I kind of got like a tingling feeling, but I kind of think it's from I kind of messed my fingernails up when I jammed them, but I think it's from that made it numb, and plus it was being, with it being so cold.
You and Jaquiz up at Fort Vallis have a pretty special relationship, considering you play for rival teams, but you're both from Texas. I know you're friends. Can you talk a little bit about that relationship you have with Jaquiz?
Me and him really cool. I'm also cool with James. I talk to him daily, and we really do have a close relationship. I go up there sometimes, and depends on what you want to know about the relationship.
Well, just how often you hang out, what kind of stuff you do together, that kind of stuff.
Most of the time, we don't have Ruby Tuesdays here, so I go to Corvallis to go to Ruby Tuesdays. I went bowling. People ask me all the time, try to compare me and him, me and James or somebody, but I am better than them at bowling. Those guys can't bowl at all.
When you say you talk every day, you mean more like texting, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Text them all the time.
Will we see you guys running against each other in track again this year?
Maybe. Hopefully. I'm going to do it. I don't know if he's going to do it. He hasn't really talked about it yet, but hopefully I can get him out there and run.
What was your reaction and message to James when you found out about his injury this year?
Oh, I texted him. I asked him, what happened. He didn't really know firsthand, what happened to him. And then I think he had like a concussion before then, so I was giving him some stuff about that one, and found out his leg was messed up. That's really tough. With him being one of my friends, that really sucks for him. And I told him, I'll be praying for him. he's a strong guy mentally and physically, so he'll be fine.
When does the communication stop during Civil War week? If at all.
First kickoff, I tell him all the time. He doesn't play defense, so I can talk to him all the time. Those guys play defense, and communication would have stopped last week.
Sorry for my ignorance, but I mean, did you guys know those? Did you know those guys back in Texas, or did you not meet them until you guys got
No,
here?
I didn't meet him until I got here.
Okay. And what? Like once did you just run into him on the field, or did somebody introduce you guys, or how'd you come to hang out?
Wow. I met James at a track meet. I knew Quiz before from my freshman year. I think I just ran into him somewhere.
LaMichael, did you meet James at that track meet at UW
Yeah.
last winter?
My first time meeting James.
Sounds like you're actually closer buddies with him than Quiz.
Yeah, I'm really close to James.
What is James and Quiz said to you about all this Heisman stuff?
They don't bring it up. And, they send me text messages and wish me good luck every week, but, they never bring up anything about a Heisman Trophy or any of the other stuff.
With this game, we're kind of doing a recap on the season, and in particular, the Cal game is what we're kind of focusing a lot on. What did Cal do specifically with that man free that made it so tough on you as a running back?
They made plays. I really don't know what they did specifically or what I did wrong. They just made plays. That's one thing I can say about that game. I don't know if we practiced hard enough that week. That's the big key. Maybe we didn't practice hard enough that week. We practiced hard, but evidently we didn't practice hard enough.
Darren also said that you saw a little bit of that same defense against Arizona. Obviously not the same results. Is that accurate? And what did you see?
Yeah, I mean, they played some of the same defense that Cal did, but we practiced really hard during the Cal week. During the Arizona week, so we prevailed.
Michael, if the Heisman doesn't mean a lot to you, and individual awards don't mean a lot to you, what comes to you that does mean a lot to you?
Being 11-0, that means a lot to me. Keep winning these games. That is the most important thing to me, and being with my teammates.
I haven't had a chance to ask you this personally, but the academic all-conference honor, how did you find out that you made that team, and what did that mean to you?
That meant a lot to me. That was one of my main goals. I really work hard to do that. It is kind of tough to balance school with grades and all that type of stuff. And I really take pride in trying to do both. And that award means more to me than any other award that I've got so far.
You mentioned it a couple times that you're not that interested in the individual awards, but you're about to start the award circuit. They're going to be taking you to all these different banquets and stuff. Is that something you look forward to, or something you dread, or what are your feelings about that?
I don't know what the correct answer to say. I don't know if I should tell you the truth.
Sure, always tell the truth.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of dread it. I don't really care about going to all these award ceremonies. I mean, it'd be cool to get out of Virginia and see some of that stuff, but none of that matters if you don't win this game. If you win this game, then I'll be happy.
Is it a distraction?
No, it's definitely not a distraction. I don't think about that stuff one bit.
Saturday's the biggest game of your career,
Yeah. Last Saturday was the biggest game of my career, too. So this week is going to be the biggest game of my career. Every week is the biggest game of my career. So that's just the way I look at it.
Did you feel that way in high school, or is that something you've come to since you've been here?
I really don't even know, to tell you the truth. High school games were big to me too. I just like competing. I think that is it.
But as you matured, or as you've gotten older, and you've been in this system and this program, do you look back on your high school career and say, man, how were that focused? Can you imagine what our team could have done?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I'm not near as focused as I was now as I was in high school. Well.
Start that over again. I don't think
Yeah.
you meant that. Try that
Don't
again.
put that. I am more focused now than I was in high school. In high school, I wasn't really focused like I am now. I think that just comes with maturing.
How much of that is Chip?
Maybe 25%, and another part is just me getting older. He really is a tremendous leader. He really expects a lot from us. At first, I thought he was just hard. But It's really not. You know, he's really not. He really is a great coach, and he really is a great leader.
How is he dealing with the Civil War with you guys? Because he talked this morning about wanting kind of to respect the tradition of it, but not get too into it and make it seem more important than other games. How is he trying to get you guys to address the fact that this is the Civil War this week?
It's just another game. That's just the way we look at it. You know, it's a faceless opponent. You know, every week we go out here and they say, hey, we're going to play this team. But, you know, really every week it really is a faceless opponent. You know, we're playing ourselves. You know, we're just trying to win the day.
But do you get a sense from whether it's schoolmates who aren't on the football team or professors or fans you bump into that, I mean, a lot of people care about this. People outside the program care more about this game than any other. And yet you guys sort of are trying not to get caught up in that. Is that hard to do? Are people, I mean, do you hear from other people about this game in the community?
I haven't so far,
Yeah.
but I'm sure it'll change. I think the fans care about it way more than the players. I mean, we care about the game itself, but they care about all the extra stuff.
Right.
Ken mentioned the award ceremonies and stuff and having to go to them soon a little bit. If you win, you got to give a speech too, you know. Who gives the speech? Who writes the speech?
I'm just going to do a freestyle off the head.
Pretty good ad-libbing?
Yeah, I'm going to have to be. I'm not going to write it down.
Off the top of your head, what kind of things would you say?
You have to wait and see.
With it being a dead week, is it at all a challenge to juggle school with obviously the football game coming up?
No, not at all. You know, school's first. That's the most important thing. You know, if you take care of those academics, you don't have to really worry about anything else. The game is stress-free.
One thing you had mentioned, I mean, you had used the word academic All-American. You got academic All-Conference, but not academic All-American. Does that remain a goal, or is there any disappointment in being All-Conference but not All-American, anything like that?
No, not at all. You know, I'm still shooting for that goal. You know, my career at Oregon's not done. I mean, I still have time to keep striving to be that.
You say that, and you also mentioned running track next spring. So does that mean the NFL not on your mind?
No, not on my mind. You know, what I'm thinking about right now. I'm living in the moment.
The story goes that when Mike Bellotti showed up to recruit you, he showed up in a limousine. Is that true? And if so, what kind of impact did that make when he did that?
I mean, he could have showed up in a '64 Cadillac for all I care. And, you know, I'm not flattered by a limousine.
So, what about his presentation to you made Oregon seem like a good thing?
It really was the stability of the coaching staff. You know, I went into every program and I really worried about what the head coach is saying. You know, those coaches are going to tell you what you want to hear when you're in high school anyway. I mean, I knew that before. You know, I have to make a decision based on the players and, you know, what I wanted out of college, you know. So that was a big key for me.
How heavily was Chip involved in the recruiting process?
Really heavily, you know. He was the main one that was recruiting me. I remember talking to him, you know. I told him, I'll never go to a West Coast school. I didn't even know what Oregon was.
So how did he convince you that maybe you should consider at least this West Coast school?
Really, I just kind of did some research on my own, you know. It took me a while to figure out where Oregon was in the beginning. I had no idea. And started watching a couple games. I think that's when we had Dennis and Jonathan, and I was like, I really liked the offense, and maybe I should take a visit to go see Oregon.